All right. Deuce McAllister, Saints color analyst, joining us now. Deuce, your reaction to what Zach said a few moments ago, that he's stepping away as the voice of the Saints and joining the Saints coaching staff as the assistant offensive line coach. Go ahead, Deuce.
Zach.
Yeah.
That's how you going to do me?
Oh, buddy. Listen, Deuce, this is what it is. You ready for this? I've been thinking about this a lot.
We're not supposed to cry. You know what I'm saying?
Deuce, well, listen.
I feel like you pulling my best friend away. He ain't leaving you, but he just gonna be across the room over there.
Listen, I'm gonna request that I still sit next to you on the plane, buddy. All right? We had a good seat.
Oh man, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm still gonna have some words with Sean though. I'm gonna let him know I got some words for him. You know, that's gonna be between me and him. But, man, you know, first of all, I'm happy for you because, as you know, as we go through trying to walk away from the game still pulls at you. And the one thing that we want to do is find happiness. What makes us happy? What can I do to contribute to feel like that I am making a difference? And so that's what I want you to have. My friendship with you, it's going to be there regardless. Now, of course, I can't joke with you. You know, we won't be able to go play golf while they out there practicing and sweating and and just doing some of those things. But I want you to be happy and to make sure that you're contributing and know that you're contributing to what you love to do. And so that's coming from me, you know. And so all the other stuff, hey man, you know, it's that'll be there. I mean, we'll get to joke, we'll get to hang out, and so a lot of people don't know. Even though we played together, we weren't close. I was on the way out. He was a rookie, but the last 3 years in the booth, you talking about getting to know a person, and you know he's upbeat, he's excited, he's in the moment. I'm the old grumpy guy, you know, and it was perfect for us, and so you know, all of my feelings aside, the first thing I'm happy for you because I know that you get to do something that you love, and it makes you smile. It makes you happy. I mean, because I know what you want to do is get the best out of yourself, but know that you're helping those young men, you know, be able to perfect their craft. And so I'm happy for you, buddy.
Well, and I certainly listen. There's no secret that Deuce and I got close. It's funny when you think back, Christian, and I think back to sitting, at the office on Poydras and kind of hearing like, well, it's great because you and Deuce will have, you guys are already such good friends. You already have such great rapport, and I'm like, I wonder if Deuce is going to tell somebody that we weren't really close when we played, right? Like we knew each other, like yeah, we were on the team, like there wasn't any beef or anything, but like, man, we were on like other. First of all, listen, it's Deuce McAllister, right? He's like this like superstar running back. I'm like the 7th round, backup offensive tackle that hopes he sticks around. Deuce probably didn't even know who I was till like week 9, right? So. We weren't that.
Why are they putting that big guy in at tight end? Why are they doing that?
Yeah. So it was interesting because we did kind of. I think one of the things that was interesting was we kind of got to know each other on air. That's really where Deuce and I really got to know each other really well was calling games, and it was fascinating because there was times during games when where I think we both were like setting our boundaries and kind of like I don't know, how you kind of enter a friendship and you're like, I got to see about this guy. We did that literally on air. It's one of my favorite stories calling games with Deuce. It was the very first home game, so it wasn't the first game we called. We won't even talk about that debacle in Jacksonville in the preseason, but it was Tampa Bay 2018. It was in the Superdome. It was a game Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't know, he threw for like 400-something yards, and we ended up losing that football game. And we're in the booth, and it was late in the game, and Deuce and I never did figure out how to like settle on these disagreements at any point in us calling games, but it was one of these deals. It was a late play. We said, hey, if they get a first down here, I think what I said was they're in a bad position, right? There's not going to be a lot of time clock. There's about 3:30 left in the game. I think we might have had one timeout. You can't give up a first down here. And Deuce goes, they got a first down here. It's over. Ryan Fitzpatrick scrambles for 12 yards. It's a first down. Deuce says the game is over. They're going to run the clock out. And I go, nah, they can't run the clock out yet. And he's like, oh, they can run. They can run the clock out. And now for all intents and purposes, they couldn't get it to zero, but they could make it pretty much impossible. So we kind of argue. Well, we go to break, and Deuce takes his headset off. He looks at me and goes, listen to me. You're not supposed to be the football guy. I'm the football guy. I'm the color. You wanted to do play-by-play, so you can't be sitting here telling me I'm wrong all the time. You're cutting my legs out from underneath me. And I said, well, I don't know. You were wrong. I didn't know, So we kind of had this moment in the booth, and the game ended, and I remember Deuce jumped on Twitter, and we kind of went back and forth when we came back on, and we got such positive reaction from fans after that game that it was funny listening to the two of us kind of go back and forth, and there was a lot of you're like old married couple, and I think it was a big realization for both Deuce and I that what we had was different than what other broadcast teams, not just with the Saints, but everybody had, and that ultimately we needed to be more casual. We needed to be two guys sitting on a couch watching a game as best we could, because that's kind of what we were. And I thought it was a really special moment. I'll never forget it. Walking away from that game, and I remember Deuce right before we left, he's like, people on Twitter love that fight. And I swear we almost tried to manufacture arguments going forward, because it really was a part of our broadcast that was kind of unique. And it was just, the first of many times where I think we just kind of felt our way through, our new relationship way back. We did not.
Zach Strief, Deuce McAllister.